So there was a bill introduced by Representative Andrew Clyde that would remove the unconstitutional taxation and registration of suppressors. That $200 tax we're all forced to pay every time we buy a suppressor, gone. And not just that, he wants the government to destroy all the records, because when you buy a suppressor, you're not just buying a muffler for your gun, you're registering that thing with the feds. And I already know this bill would drive the Democrats insane. They'd be like, why would you want to do that? Suppressors are an assassins too. But here's the funny part. It wasn't just Democrats trying to kill the bill. Republicans blocked it. Yes, Republicans voted against taking suppressors off the NFA. Let that marinate.
This tax infringes on American Second Amendment liberties by creating a massive financial barrier to every purchase and risks placing this constitutional right out of reach of many law-abiding, hardworking Americans.
This is ridiculous. Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and we still can't get something this basic passed? This is the moment to pass the most pro-Second Amendment legislation in decades, and we can't even get rid of a $200 tax on a muzzle device? Suppressors don't make guns silent, they make them safe. You ever fired a rifle indoors? You're choosing between saving your life or keeping your hearing. Suppressors are the only reason that doesn't have to be a choice. They're not deadly stealth tools, they're mufflers, for crying out loud.
The Bill of Rights was intended to enumerate rights to which the government cannot infringe. Unquestionably, infringement exists when the government taxes those rights in order to limit the people's ability to exercise them.
Now, it's one thing for Republicans to sit on their hands and do nothing, but it's a whole different level of betrayal when they actively vote against gun rights. Just because someone has an R next to their name doesn't mean they care about the Second Amendment. Some of these dudes are just fuds in suits. If it's not a wooden stock hunting rifle, they don't care. They're stuck in the past, apathetic at best, anti-gun at worst.
And if you can legally tax an unalienable right, natural right, even just a little bit, then you can legally tax it a lot and eventually tax it out of existence and destroy it for the everyday citizen.
That said, you want to know what scares them the most? It's not the AR-15. It's the fact that you're still willing to defend what it stands for. And that's why I dropped the Defend America collection, because at some point, we've got to stop acting like our rights are just talking points. They're not. They're a warning to anyone who thinks this country can be taken without a fight. And I'm not just talking slogans. I'm talking a fully kitted AR, front and center, suppressor, LPVO, laser, sling mount, the works. Because the Second Amendment doesn't stop at the musket, and neither should your mindset. So if you're the type to vote with your wallet, the type who knows freedom doesn't come with a receipt, and the type who understands that we are the last line of defense, then click the link in the description and gear up, because they're not trying to ban AR-15s because it's scary. They're trying to ban it because it works. Defend America while you still can. Now, honestly, if we can't even pass something this tame, removing a $200 tax on a health device, what hope do we have for national reciprocity or getting SBRs off the NFA? Let's not even talk about machine guns. These guys would lose their minds. Suppressors aren't luxuries. They are practical, they're safe, and they're legal in countries that barely let you own a butter knife. And don't give me the, well, they're legal, you just have to register them argument. You have to pay a $200 tax stamp on top of the cost of the suppressor and the gun, and then wait months to be approved. You want 4 suppressors for 4 guns? That's $800 in tax alone.
In 1819, Chief Justice John Marshall stated, "The power to tax includes the power to destroy."
This is a working class tax. It's a paywall to your constitutional rights. Suppressors don't make you an assassin. They make you responsible. And if our own pro-gun politicians can't grasp that, then they're not pro-gun at all. They're a threat to the Second Amendment in a red tie.
Therefore, I strongly advocate for eliminating the federal excise tax and transfer tax on these National Firearms Act firearms.
So, to the Republicans who voted against this, thank you for showing your true colors. Suppressors save hearing, and the Second Amendment, it's not for sale. Not for $200, not ever. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now, you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together, we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.